Yeah. So then the question to ask is, how come and why did multimedia survive? Because there's been many things, right? There's been the explosion of the internet, and how has multimedia handled that? There's been finance challenges. How has multimedia handled that? There's been expansion challenges. How has multimedia handled that? There's been integration challenges. How has multimedia handled that? So when you walk into this radio station and you come and sit here and you speak, your relationship with the radio station is that of a guest, is that of somebody who's coming to experience it.
Yeah.
But when you sit in ESCO at multimedia, your relationship with the radio station is very different.
Absolutely.
So, I remember when I was leaving and I wanted to start my newspaper, Kwesichum told me, Kojo, the first person you have to employ is an accountant. I was like, is this guy all right? I'm going to start a newspaper. I don't have journalists. I don't have computers.
Hire an accountant first.
Yeah.
But I guess you now realize what he was talking about.
3 years after that, I was running helter-skelter. My head was splitting up. I didn't know what the finances were. We had done a great job with advertising money, but I just didn't know.
Yeah.
So I went back and said, oh goodness, maybe I should hire an accountant.
Imagine that.
So I think it's the know-how in management, and of course very talented hiring endeavors, like bringing in Kojo Youngson, bringing in Daniel Dazi, bringing in Kojo Kroma, bringing in Akoshi Sapon, bringing in, consistently this establishment has looked out for the best.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what, and that's not the only thing. It's management, it's marketing, these are the things that have made this establishment survive this long.
Could you hold that thought? We're going to talk a bit more about this in a moment, but first let's say thank you. Let's be grateful to CBG for bringing us the Joy Business Minute every morning at 8 o'clock. CBG, your most trusted bank, is standing with you. All of their branches are open and they are poised to serve you as they enforce all the safety directives for everyone, staff and you, their cherished customers. So walk into any branch and experience first-class customer service. You may alternatively use their ATMs and electronic platforms, including the USSD *924#. Get digi with it. I nearly said it the other way around. Yeah. Okay, so please conveniently perform banking transactions anywhere at any time, and follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CBG Bank Limited. That's LTD. All right. For further inquiries, call 0302 216 000. CBG, we stand with you. And there's no way you'll run out of things to do during this lockdown. No way. Because Vodafone has got you sorted with too much data. Now double the data at the same price. So whether you're talking about an exciting masterclass, or whether you're binge watching Netflix, or bringing the party to Zoom, you now get too much data for the day and too much bonus from midnight till 4 a.m. And that's even more fun and way more than you're paying for. Dial *700# to get 3 gig of data for 10 Ghana cedis, 8 gig for 20 Ghana cedis, and 20 gig for 50 Ghana cedis. All right, bundle it and go crazy. Stay home and stay connected with Vodafone, because too much data will give you almost everything you want. There's almost nothing you can't do. Ready? So, big stories are coming up, brought to you by Guaranteed Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us? And Vodafone, the future is exciting. Ready? As well as Latex Foam, your partner for life. Now, your car deserves the best treat. Introducing the latest addition to the Total Quartz engine oil family, the Quartz 9000 Future 0W-20. It's specially conditioned and developed for the latest generation engine. Total Quartz 9000 Future 0W-20 delivers excellent engine protection and cleanliness. It increases your oil change interval while reducing your fuel consumption. Now, for optimum performance and efficiency of your car, go to your nearest Total service station and ensure your car is well protected. Join the Total Quartz Nation movement now. Total Quartz, keep your engine younger for longer. Now, thanks for all of your tweets and messages and posts under our Facebook, comments under our Facebook post. We're so grateful to you for them, and we will read out as many of them as we can this morning. Social media messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Now, as you continue to stay home, stay safe, and take control of your finances, look, you have to keep an eye out for those who want to take advantage of these times, to send out phishing and malicious communication just to gain access to sensitive information from you. EcoBank will never do that. They will never ask you for your PIN, or your online banking password or your account number or your card details. No, they don't need any of that. So please take note of such emails or links and do not respond to any such communication. All right, don't open any emails like that. Delete them or ignore them. Only use secure websites for sensitive transactions. Ensure you receive email alerts for every transaction you do, and check your bank statement regularly using EcoBank Online or EcoBank's mobile app. All right, set your computer or mobile device to lock automatically after a period of inactivity. Don't learn the hard way how careless it is not to do that. Notify EcoBank immediately, toll free on 3225 anytime, any day if you have responded to any such emails, and please provide all the information they need to help keep you safe. EcoBank ATMs, payment platforms, and other digital channels will continue to be available to ensure safe, convenient, and uninterrupted banking. Continue transactions on EcoBank Digital and limit the use of cash. EcoBank cares. Remember to observe social distancing, wash your hands frequently, and avoid touching your face. Hashtag stay safe. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Okay, now a very special birthday wish to Adelaide Odonko. Thank you so much for listening to us. Happy birthday to you. Also, happy birthday to Eric Obing of Calvary Temple. This is from Jaden, Jude, and Janelle to you. Enjoy your rather special day. Now, I've got a couple of other really big birthday wishes I need to do right now before we say another word. For example, Mr. Peter Kojovi Akbebu, Chairman of MF's Construction and MF's Estate Limited. This is with love to you. Happy birthday from your entire family and all of your many well-wishers. Thank you for being a good blessing to all. All right, and enjoy your special day. Let's see who else we've got here, and so many birthday wishes. Hello and good morning to Freeman Kwade of UPSA. Thank you for listening. I know you're enjoying the music today. That's what we do here. All right, now let's wrap up with our guest today. He has a lot to do. We've kept him long enough. He's already looking at his watch. Busy man. Kojo, I think I'm going to leave the last thought to you. You know, you've been part of this institution that is an institution in Ghanaian life. You know, what do you reckon? Beyond what we always say about the role of the media, what do you reckon the role of multimedia is in the Ghanaian's life?
That's a very good question. So I think just illuminating ideas, right? Just the fact that multimedia does a great job illuminating the situation. You know, throwing light on the issues, having discussions that peel off the layers which are not important to try and focus on what is important. I mean, that's one leg. So just the fact that you become this place where people can go to and look for what is needful, what is impactful, what is germane, that's an incredible leg to stand on. Then there's the part that gives hope, that assures people that things are going to be fine. So there's a social element, and that's the way you process the socially. When there's a news item, for example, people come to Joy to find out, is Joy talking about it? Could that be true? So in that space, you become a bastion of reliance, of credibility, and you need that anchor in society. So while you're throwing light on issues and people understand more and learn more, you've also become this pillar of credibility for the society, and you become a reference point, right? And then there's the entertainment bit, and which is by the way very important as well. So when DJ Black gets on the radio and there's drive time like this, everybody shuts down because you need to actively manage the mind, and there's sometimes that you need to shut down, or you need to be what should I say? You need to be easy. So I see the importance of multimedia as a tool for managing people's lives.
I love that.
And I think that's and if you're managing lives, then you're managing the society. So it's unseen, it's not in your face, it's not visceral, but it is there, and that's the import of this establishment. So yes, you sell news, yes, you sell music, yes, but that's only as a matter of consequence, right? Yeah. The impact is that you manage lives, you manage people. So when people don't go away from the radio for a long time, they're like, oh, what's happening? Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Oh, I need to listen to Joy News. It's true. So you become the space where people they can't just live without, and Kojo, just before I go, that's assuming that you're going to let me go very soon. And I think
George just took a seat. I wonder whether that'll happen.
So I've never said this anywhere before, because I've never done an interview which looks back on 16 years or 20 years of my life. I think there are 3 things I want to share quickly. 2 actually. One is the power of the mic. That every time that you sit behind the mic, you're so powerful, you're larger than life. You go into maybe 20 million homes or into 20 million minds, and without you being in their face, you are actually influencing them, and if you said something about my candidature in Winchi, I could win. No, if you said something about my candidature in Winchi, I will win. But when I said,
I see what you did there with the mic.
When I said I could win, I was not referring to myself directly. I was referring to people who are in this political contest. If you said something about my business, it could flourish or it could die. If you said something about somebody who was ill, the person could receive help. That's the undefined, unrestricted, unbridled power of the microphone. By the way, I didn't mention Kweku Sechiado. That's a legend, and he used the agency behind the mic extremely well on front page. And so that's the first thing I want to share. So if you guys sit here, you're powerful. You're extremely powerful. And I hope you deploy some of that power for me in Winchi. That's one. The second thing is
your request has been received.
Not granted. I noticed the distinction between the two.
There is power in the mic.
The second thing is, I think every time you sit behind the mic, there are 3 bandwidths that you're working with, right? The first is the people you know more than. So you know more than these people. So for those people, when they listen to you, you have to be inspiring. Then there are people who know they're on the same wavelength as you. So they know as much as you do. For those people, you become their mouthpiece. So when they listen to you, you must be refreshing. Then there are people who know much more than you on any topic, on any day. They are way out of your league, but they are listening to you as well. For those people, you must be aspirational. Now, in one fell swoop, in that same breath, you've got to satisfy all these 3 people. It requires humility, a humbleness to know more, a desire to learn more. So I remember when I started radio 1997, it was about play music, be funny, and connect with the people. It's no longer like that. That horse left the stable a long time ago. It's about how much knowledge capital you're deploying. What are you saying to the people? How do you get these people into action? How do they pull up their laptops or their dictionaries to look at what you're saying or to understand the concept that you're espousing? And that requires a lot of humility. Humility to say I'm wrong, humility to say, well, we should know more, So when you sit in your planning, your morning show planning desk, what do you say to yourself? Today we've got to go and get it, but this is how we're going to do it. And I think that's a tool that sometimes is missing in other places. And because you control so much, you've got to learn to be humble, And I think that's the one thing that I took from my time on the radio.
What's wonderful about what you just said is how applicable it is to literally every sphere of life, particularly ours, no doubt. But literally everything you do, the humility will move you farther than any other attitude. And I'm grateful that you pointed that out. That's wonderful. A lot to think about, isn't there?
Yes, a lot to think about. So, maybe the final question.
So my time's up.
Why you wanted to give him?
Why you guys not talking?
Please. We are not walking into that. We are not walking into that door. Did you have a sports question for Kojo?
Yeah, maybe just a final one.
Yeah,
I know Kojo, you hosted the Joy Sports Arena. You hosted the Joy Sports Arena.
Yeah.
So tell me what it looked like on a typical Sunday with all your guys. Who was the stadium? Who was connecting? Who was in the studio? Just tell me about that.
Oh, so the Joy Sports Arena is the one on Sunday.
Yes.
It's been how many years now?
50 years. So there was a Joy Sports truck.
Yes, Joy Sports.
So I think in my time we created the Joy Sports update, and then we created the afternoon show as well.
Yes.
And then Arena was on Sunday. I mean, the people who start on that usually were Carl.
Yeah.
So I didn't do too much of the Arena because I was always on the ground, right? I was always doing commentary. But it was very nice to come back, especially for those times that I did it, to piece the voices together, to bring the
like in the last hour
and the
excitement.
The din and the excitement, and so it was really, really good. I mean, to stay on the beat while the thing was happening. I mean, there's this unbelievable thing that happens to your person when you're live and you're in the moment, and you're connecting. So the Joy Sports Arena was incredible at the time, and I think we modeled it on the BBC, the BBC. Sports World. I think so. It was incredible at the time, and everything that you do at Joy, because of the support you receive. Because look, I remember one day I called up Songo, Patrick Osajman. I called him up and I said, Songo, you need to go and run commentary in English. He was a Love FM. He was like, Shika, Charlie. I'm like, no, you will go. And then we sent him, I think, out of Ghana as well. And that became Songo. There was one day I was here and some young guy came from the university. He said he had written an article in the newspaper. I'm like, it was way. And I said, look, go to school, continue with school. Your ability to conceptualize is fantastic. You're going to be great. And he became Sammy Bartels.
Okay.
One day I got a mail from some odd guy. He said he had finished journalism school, or he was still in journalism school, and he wanted to write for my newspaper. I said, okay, you know what, send me an article. And he did, and I published it, and it became Gary L. Smith.
Okay, great.
I think the support that you receive in this industry is amazing. And it's the same with me. I remember Yao Mpofuankra, when I joined and he came back. Yao used to take me everywhere. So practically everything I know, Yao taught me. He will take me out, he will feed me, he will give me money, and the next one he will come and pick me. Because I was just fresh out of university. And Yao did an amazing job for me. Everything I know about writing, it was Ato Kwamina who taught me. Because I remember when I came here, the first story I wrote, it was about floods at Tatakwashi, and they had taken over some hotel, Seacoast Hotel. And when I came, I wrote. I was just fresh out of university, degree in English and economics. I thought I was the guy. I just sat behind the laptop and said, "But what is this? Cut this out, cut that out, cut that out. Keep it simple and sweet." And so everything I know about writing, Ato taught me. So there's a lot of support that you receive in this industry if you're willing to learn. And it's the kind of support that we got from people like Carl and, so Joy Sports Arena was great. Joy Sports
had a link as well.
The link on Saturday was also exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a time. What a time.
Yeah.
And of course,
and those were the times that Stephen Appiah was a superstar. I remember one interview I did, Milan Zivadinovic. It's a pity that we didn't keep that. So Milan had just gone AWOL from Ghana. This was our coach, and nobody could find him. So I called Milan up. Milan, I said, Kojo, Ghana, talk too much. Every day, talk. My family's sick, my problem.
Everybody's sick.
Yeah, and it became and that interview got him dismissed.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So, and that's why I talk about the power of the mic, and so it was a great time.
Imagine. What a time. Kojo, thank you so much for walking us back down memory lane, reminding us of what's possible.
It wasn't my intention to plead nostalgia this morning.
All things happen for the good of those who love him. Yeah, thank you so much for that. And by the way, listen, we wish you the very best in all of your endeavors. That's as close as I'm going to get to your request, by the way.
You mean
in all of your endeavors, we wish you the best.
16 days,
good luck.
We hold the election.
Indeed.
I need your luck. I need your luck. But I think it's the way I conceptualize my role in the political space. And I tell people that I like to see the end before I come to the beginning. So what's my story in Winchy? I want to be the guy who, 10 years down the line, when I'm walking down the streets in Winchy, I want the people to say, that's Kojo Frimpong. If it was not for him, we would not have these factories in Winchy. If it was not for him, I would not be a lawyer today, or a doctor, or an engineer, or an architect. So how do I set myself up now to be able to eke those results?
Kojo for president.
No.
All right. Thank you so much, Kojo Frimpong Sheka. Thank you so much for making the time to be with us this morning. God bless you. And look, let me talk to you about Wachi later. Today I'm on this Wachi campaign.
Yeah, me too.
Let's talk about
it. I didn't have breakfast from home, so I determined that the best breakfast at 10 is Wachi.
That is why we must have a conversation.
Plus pay.
You are a visionary leader.
Plus Gary and some not the expensive bit, like the regular.
Small Talia.
Talia. Crazy. Hey, make a fanta.
Feel free.
Talia crazy.
Like Talia. Are you fish or meat?
More fish these days. With all the gray appearing.
You see, egg.
Definitely
100%.
An egg a day.
K-Fresh does 5 eggs a day. But we're not talking about him.
No, it was without yolk.
K-Fresh does 5 eggs a day.
But eggs too, how
5 potential chickens. 5 potential chickens a day. K-Fresh. Why?
I don't like that. Sometimes the watcher is too rich. When you go to many, sometimes they have a confirmation. Stick to the basics.
Yeah, keep it. The exotic watcher is so
exotic watcher is Mediterranean.
So keep it simple. Thank you. But
put it also in leaves.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's got to be. It's got to be ahaban. That's what they call it. That's how they say it in Winchy. Listen,
Pito. You've gone on the
point. How do you take your Wachi? Give us your Wachi orders. Let's have them on Twitter. Use the hashtag JoySMS.
I think it's a veiled request for people to bring Wachi to Joy FM.
Well, we're not trying. We're trying to be subtle here, Kojo. Please. Not visceral, like you said, right? That's the way we manage people's lives, but not viscerally.
I'm grateful.
God bless you, Kojo.
And you guys are amazing. And
so are you. All right, so me, I'm taking Wachi orders. I didn't say I'll buy it for you. I said, tell me how you take it. Give me inspiration. Me, I like mine simple, like you heard, right? Meat, fish, egg, talia gari. Stew. I don't do shit, but that's me. I'm weird. How about you? How do you do your Wachi? Let's talk about it. Tweet at us. Hashtag JoySMS. It's 841. But look, we have an important conversation up ahead after we've done Wachi. And in fact, before you step out, let me get your thoughts on this. I've got 30 seconds. Child trafficking still happens in this country, in Ghana. While we are getting mad and angry about racism in the United States, which is causing people to be killed by the police and all of that, they are trafficking children in Ghana. Slavery is happening in Ghana on our lakes, and the police are really handicapped. They want to do a good job, but they struggle because the resources are just not there. Some are wondering whether this is deliberate. some are wondering whether there is a lot of influence by these people who are engaged in this sort of activity. For which reason there doesn't seem an appetite to just stamp a boot on it and end it once and for all. Thoughts?
I mean, so I listened to the Honorable Minister for Information last year. I think government is doing its bit. I mean, the purposes, the needs of the needs the government has to address, they are very dynamic. There are a lot.
Yeah.
I think we have not raised it to the level of consciousness that it requires. We have not put it on the table as part of the foremost agenda. As a people, not as a government, as a people. Now, what government has sought to do is to create the policy and the design implements in the space that can contain it and bring it down. Maybe, following from these conversations, if we identify that this is a major issue that requires all our energies, I think we can accelerate the successes in that area. I'll give you an example. When Galamsey was put on the agenda, and the president picked it up, you saw what happened. I've recently been published in the Daily Graphic. I wrote an article about Winchi saying, post-COVID-19, your food will come from Winchi. When we got into this pandemic and the president shut down the borders and the president said, look, I want a stimulus package for businesses. I want Ghanaian excellence to happen to industry. So in things like sanitizer use, we resorted to making our own sanitizers. And it looked like we weathered the storm. So I think one of the things I'm fascinated about these days is how to get on the agenda. If we can get this on the agenda at the level where it can, we raise the consciousness to say Galamsey or to say achieving Ghanaian excellence, I think we will get that accelerated success.
Is it too much to ask that government perhaps identify the importance of our children and protect them anyway?
It's not.
Do we have to make them do it?
No, it's not. And government is doing it. But at the same time, look at what's happening with free SHS. Government is taking care of the majority of the kids in school for free because the president says, I see this to be the future, and indeed it is. You look at other areas and you see government is making a big effort in those areas. So I think we should all come to a certain consciousness that, look, what's happening there is terrible.
It must end. And
maybe we should get the MPs in that area to collectively speak about it. Maybe we should get CSOs in that area to collectively focus on it. Maybe we should integrate the processes and our efforts to bring it onto the agenda.
Well, we're going to start with a conversation with the police today. We'll try and understand the limitations and the constraints.
I'm of the view that, just as the Minister for Information said, they are making strides in that area. It's not as fast as maybe we wanted, and that's why it's still happening. But I think if we were more concerted in our approach and brought everybody on, we can get this on the table.
It starts today. Kojo Frimpong, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for listening. Stay with us. We're back when we open up this conversation about child trafficking. What's it gonna take to fix it? We'll find out together.